Daylight, my Visis, welcome.
Igbimo Oloye Audit rocks palace. Yeyemolu festival logistic removed from Ebony's hands. Royal humiliation as Ooni of Ife visit Yeyemolu well. Open prayers without Ebony. Now, what is this that is going on again? The ancient palace of Ile-Ife has been in a delicate state of tension over the past weeks, but nothing prepared the palace dwellers, the chiefs, and indeed the other Oloris for the dramatic turn of event that unfolded when the Igbimo Oloye, the Council of High-Ranking Chiefs who oversees the administrative integrity of the palace, stepped in with an unexpected audit. It all started subtly, almost innocently. The Yeyemolu festival, one of the most spiritually weighty and culturally loaded festivals in Ile-Ife, was drawing close. Traditionally, this festival is not just a spectacle, it is a deeply spiritual, convergence that ties the Ooni of Ife, the people, and the very soul of the kingdom back to its mystical origin through Yeyemolu. Now, I don't know if you know the story of Yeyemolu. I'm going to tell you. It's a primordial well believed to have sprung when the world itself began. It is through this well that the spiritual water of Ife flows. It is guarded with sacred rituals that no one takes lightly. Now, when the progenitor of Ile-Ife started, of course, we do know how it all started. We are aware of the story. He had several wives, and then he had the woman that was called Yeyemolu. The woman was his first wife. He loved him, a dedicated wife, and everything to the king, Oduduwa. The woman had wanted to have children, but God did not give her children. She bore this pain of, barrenness for a very long time. Saw how younger wives came in, bore children, and all of that. And because of the pain was just too much to bear. He could not. So to cut the long story short, when the woman waited and waited and waited, there was no child. She couldn't bear a child, and she was unhappy living on earth again. Apparently, she sacrificed herself and said that God should turn her body into a well of water that will bring healing and bring, clarity and everything to humanity. And that was how God turned her to this Yeyemolu well, okay? And so I just wanted to let, for those who don't know the story of this well. And so usually they normally have festivals in Ile-Ife to mark, the greatness of this woman. Now, they say when they're having the festival, there's usually arrangement for funds, logistics, and all of that. But they said Ebony, of course, has always been the one handling everything. And, with everything that is going on now, I don't know if it is because of everything that is going on now, or there was something now, but they removed everything from her hand. Right now, that she had, of course, there was just nothing. The festival just started and they removed everything from her house. They say beneath the surface, quiet complaint had been accumulating. Some suppliers, widespread. It's a whole lot of, when these people feel like, okay, somebody is doing something wrong, somebody is doing something that they shouldn't be doing in the palace and all of that. And, there's escalated to the Ooni of Ife, okay? Even the women tasked with preparing the ceremonial palm wine hinted that they had not been properly settled for, of course, several services and all of that. And so when the council decided to launch a discreet audit of festival expenditure and logistic planning, many thought it was simply a procedural step until the results started, trickling in. Receipt did not balance. Several invoices appeared duplicated. Certain payments were traced to individuals who could not justify their involvement. Quietly but firmly, the Igbimo Oloye summoned Ebony, and what they said was this year's own will not be given to her. Within days, a few directive was issued. The entire logistic responsibility for the Yeyemolu festival would be removed from Ebony's care. Instead, it would be jointly overseen by a special committee handpicked by the Igbimo Oloye with the palace most senior women elders supervising every stage. This was not just a professional rebuke. In the context of palace politics, it is a profound personal, humiliation to be stripped of such a prestigious cultural assignment, especially one so closely linked to the spiritual heritage of the kingdom, is nothing short of royal humiliation. But the truth stink of this turn of event came days later when the Ooni of Ife himself prepared to perform the traditional opening prayers at the sacred Yeyemolu well. In past years, Ebony had positioned herself visibly during this ritual, greeting dignitaries, supervising offerings, and even whispering to the Ooni with confident familiarity. This time, however, her absence was glaring. A dawn broke on the day of the prayers. The palace courtyard buzzed with anticipation. Chief dressed in regal agbaras of deep indigo and wine, gathered. Their choral beat, clicking softly as they murmured ancient chant. The women of the palace, clad in white with head tightly wrapped in a soke, moved gracefully, carrying bowls of kola nut and calabash of water laced with herb. The Ooni of Ife, came in his white robe, of course, and everything seemed normal. Everyone surrounded the Ooni of Ife, but one thing that was, very obvious was that Ebony was not there. She didn't come out. I don't know why, but they said she did not come out because the logistic, everything had been taken away from her. Many out doubted around, half expecting Ebony to appear to reclaim her place by the Oni side, but she did not come. Instead, the elders, princesses, and newly appointed festival committee members flogged the Oni. Their expression and everything showed that, of course, they were in control of everything that's going on. So right now, it is looking as if the entire earth, like everything is turning against Ebony. Like everything, like the world is turning against her. It is not easy what is going on now in the palace. She didn't show up. She was not allowed to come. KBC went, finished the Yeyemolu prayer, open prayer for the festival, did everything. Other princesses were used, and priestesses also were used, but not Ebony. She was nowhere around there, even though she's been in the palace. And with everything that is going on right now, things are not looking really good for these Oloris. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact. That the president